Hello, guys. It's your boy Josiah back again. Now, I have a very interesting story, but at the same time, it's very catastrophic. It's not a good one. It's violent. So the story is we're hearing that some Zambian boys or men went out there and they killed some Chinese people, about three of them, and they were found out, and eventually, actually, they did burn down the building or the place of business for the Chinese people. I don't condone this. This is very wrong. I know the Chinese people are not the best people in the world, especially with their agenda to take over Africa so they can challenge the United States of America. I find that to be very despicable. That the agenda that they have for Africa is very, very sad and ugly. Let's just put it that simply. So now moving forward, so we found out that there was a dispute over pay. So apparently, these people work for the Chinese company, and you know how Chinese could be sometimes, especially maybe the business not doing well now. They decide to use up or take advantage of the workers or the employees, whichever way you prefer to say it. And they have a record of doing this kind of stuff, especially in their own land. They haven't taken care of their own people in that sense as well. And there's civil rights issues which they don't understand at all in any way, sense, shape, or form. Dealing with them in that aspect will be very deadly. They are very selfish. They only care about themselves, which is a sad situation for all that is involved in this situation. I feel sorry. My heart goes out to the Zambian and the Chinese people at the same time. My heart goes out first to the Chinese people because they have probably have family that have, they have lost somebody right now, and it's a sad situation. At the same time, Zambia as a country is being swallowed up. It's in the belly of CCP party, and that's sad. That's the death of many people. Well, we have three dead Chinese, but the death of many people is, you know, it's like a time bomb ticking, waiting to blow up. So what I'm saying in a nutshell is the situation doesn't look good. So where the leaders doesn't do what they were supposed to do, this is what you get. Now they probably wanted to get paid, but the Minister of Labor is doing nothing. Maybe they probably call them and connect it with them and tell them, hey, look, these people are not paying us. And how in the world are they even gonna have the audacity to owe the people that that owns the land? How can you do that? It's like in America, you're not paying the person that works for you, while in fact you're an immigrant or a foreigner or whatever. That's ridiculous. You can't even think of doing anything like that. But look what the Chinese people are doing. And how can you actually say that they didn't get what they deserved? Well, I can't say that outright because of my conscience and what I believe in. I think nobody is supposed to take any other's life for anything. Okay. However, it might have been a frustration that made the Zambians insane. Somehow, psychologically, they become insane and they went out on a lamb and they killed these people. So let's look at it that way. Maybe they were hungry. When you're hungry, tell me one thing you're not going to be able to do, at least to get the food. Not too many. So let's look at it from both sides. The Chinese are there to make a fortune. And at the same time, they don't care who they run over or who to mess up or use up or abuse. Now, at the same time, these Zambian people, everybody in the world knows that Zambians are very good people, down to earth, very docile, almost like subservient. And I'm sure the Chinese people know that too. And I'm also certain that they were taking advantage of that at the same time. What can anybody do? We've never had a history of Zambia violence of this nature from Zambia before. All of a sudden, it's happened with the Chinese being there. So it's telling us that something is obviously wrong. It's glaringly clear that something is wrong, and the leaders in that well, I shouldn't say leaders. They are governors and presidents for their masters. And if they are leaders, something like this wouldn't happen. First of all, the Chinese wouldn't be there to offer the services the locals can offer. They are actually importing foreign solution for local problems. So what are you guys thinking? You think your people don't have brains? Huh? You can't use the money to find a way to empower your youths to build up your nation? What is wrong with you? When are you going to realize that IQ economy is preferable to a raw material economy? That is why people continue to flee the continent. Okay? Guess who wins. Guess who take advantage of the people? It's foreign nations, including China. And now the Chinese have the audacity to come into Zambia, local Zambia, to call Zambians foreigners in their land where they have 15 generations, their forefathers on that land. This is ridiculous. When you look at the big picture, yes, life is priceless. However, lives of billions of people or millions of people, starting with Zambia, is also priceless, you know. So, what is the food for thought here? What are we learning here? Two lessons: that when the leaders are not taking care of are not responsible enough to take care of what they need to take care of, the people will take law into their hands, and sometimes it will turn violent. What is the next lesson that we're learning too? That is wrong for anybody to kill anybody for whatsoever reason. Well, people we claim that they were trying to defend themselves, whichever case. However, that's a trained conscience, especially a Christian conscience. That's the answer you would get. Now, let's look at this from a different perspective. So now the Zambians did what they did. Like I said, they probably might have been insane to commit such murder. However, they are not justified. They are culpable. Therefore, the law will have to take its full course. Same will apply to the Chinese. Well, except they didn't pay any bribe in the future, because they have been doing a lot of bad things also, but not to this level. We all admit that. So let's find a way, a win-win situation, because right now what's happening in Zambia could turn into a very catastrophic situation. Either apartheid will come back, meaning that the Chinese will reinforce and come back to use force against the Zambians. Maybe CCP will sanction that. I don't know. However, if the Zambians decide to continue doing this kind of stuff against the Chinese, then it's very bad. So the situation will turn into violence, or apartheid will come back to Zambia, whichever way. Now, Zambians, you guys should stand up and do the needful. It's necessary to confront the Chinese if your government are not doing that. I'm not inciting you guys to do anything wrong. I'm just saying, is there any way you guys can work it out and see that you guys are paid on time, and all this struggle ceases in that atmosphere, so you guys can have some kind of peace and live happily ever after? But remember, nobody there comes to Africa to help you. Everybody that's coming to Africa is coming there to take from you. China has a 100-year plan. In that plan, Africa is a part of it. And in order for them to feed the gigantic industry they have built, they need resources. And those resources are in Africa. We see this happen. We saw this happen in the first industrial revolution, where we became the product of that era. And we're seeing it happen again, and we haven't learned anything. Africa, it's time for you to wake up from your slumber and recognize the handwriting on the wall is saying, hey, we're coming to take you over. The emperor is coming. We need this land. Therefore, we're going to take care of every one of you, whether you go down on 6 feet or we enslave you forever. So you think about what I'm saying. You might think I'm just joking and wasting your time. Think again. It's happened before, and there's nothing to stop it from happening again. If you don't shape up and do the needful, be cautious of your environment, study everyone that comes in there. I think the government should have laws that makes it impossible for people to follow in that land. You can't just come there and claim that you're an investor while you're doing what the locals are supposed to be doing. You're selling water and doing all these menial jobs. These are what the locals are supposed to be doing. When you do that, you take them out of their businesses because you have an agenda to take over and have them work for you, and you slave them forever. That's your plan, isn't it? Well, I hope every other person is able to figure it out for what it is on a face value. And there's more hidden agenda that they have with them. Is over time they will be revealing themselves. Right now they are, strutting the soft power as if it's just soft. There's nothing about soft power that is soft. Just remember that. Always have it at the back of your head. When somebody's trying to cut your throat, they make it look like everything is okay. Zambia, you are forewarned. Take care of yourself and your land. This is Josiah again, and I'm signing off. I hope that I've been able to entertain your mental power, and I hope I've been able to excite your brain to take it up to you to be creative when you're thinking about the whole thing I just said. Now, if you're new to this, please subscribe and hit the like button. Also, make sure you click on the notification button so whenever I have some of this video coming out, you will be notified. You'll be the first to know. Thank you. Josiah again, signing off. Take care now. Bye-bye.